game is a win. Where did you feel it turned, and what do you feel turned it?
Well, I can't remember a specific instance in this ball game. Quite honestly, I think it turned a couple weeks ago when our regular season ended, and we got together. Coach Nordstrom came up from the JV. We needed his intensity, and he has, I thought, really sparked us. Our practices got a little more crisp and a little better. Our coaching staff all the way through. It's nice to have people there to help you. And then the kids, they just are hungry. They're hungry, and it was playoff time, and they really have stepped it up a little bit, and they played their best basketball the last couple weeks.
What jumped out to me, especially in the second half, was the play not only of John Hatch, but Brady Moses. You talk about a leader leading. Wow. Yeah,
Brady's been a leader all year, and Brady's one of those guys that's going to hit a clutch shot. I remember one specific move where he took a dribble drive to the middle, right about the elbow, kind of that Jordan shot against Cleveland. He had one of those that netted. Was a big play, and played very good defense tonight. I mean, man, are they hard to defend. And I thought all our guys left it on the floor defensively. That was huge. And they still scored 60 points. So they're very good offensively.
A team that shoots the perimeter as well as they shoot it, is any lead safe?
Well, we saw it wasn't. I think we were up 15-16 right there, and we needed every bit of it because they're fearless shooters. They come down and it's going up, and they can really shoot the three ball, and it brought them back. They made it tough, and they're fighters. I got to tip my hat to a couple of those Dells boys. I've seen them play over the years, and they're champions, and it just goes to show how good a team you have to be to get in this situation, and then how fortunate you have to be, and things have to kind of break your way. Because they're very worthy of being champions.
It was Dickman that really brought them back. I mean, that guy, for as short as he is, he can get off the floor in a heartbeat, can't he?
Yeah, he's so tough, and very good shooter. My guys know how much respect I have for Dickman. He's just tough, and he competes and gets after loose balls, and for his size, he battles, and so we have a very healthy respect for him and their other players.
Early in the game, it looked like your defensive strategy was to let Shea chase Delmore, and everybody else was kind of sagging and packing it in a little bit. A lot of the rebounds hit the floor. Yeah,
they did. We had a tough decision, with putting Mankey on Wyman, and because Wyman's such a good player. And last game we had Jordan on him, so we made that change with Jordan on Delmore. He did such a good job the other night against Cam Ward. We thought they were two similar athletes in terms of quickness and everything, and it worked out for us. And it was nice as we have Jacob Haig and Johnny Hatch, can kind of sag off and help in the lane a little bit. And our other guys, we didn't ask them to help as much, so we could try and close out on their shooters better. But they make it very tough.
I don't know about John Hatch's athleticism. I think his quotient continues to grow. Talk about those plays. He was catching the ball sort of going out of bounds and able to throw it in and hang on with a foul.
Yeah, I think he's really ascended as a player for us. No question about it. Our team has kind of started ascending with him, and he's really had a good tournament. Played well down the stretch. He's practiced well. That's when you know a young player starts to figure things out as their practice habits kind of click. And Johnny has carried it over daily. And so we're real proud of his effort.
This is a familiar experience compared to a year ago, and you're going to start another one on Friday. What will you do differently in preparing for state?
Well, I think the biggest thing is our mindset is a little bit different. There's a euphoria. Certainly, we're excited. We're going to enjoy the win, but the boys had a sign early in the year that said unfinished business, and I think that kind of speaks to their mindset. And so we're going to get to work Monday and try to get better, and we're going to have to play at a high level next week. We want to give a better account of ourselves and play two down there and lift that goal ball.
I remember seeing the kids sitting in the Kohl Center that morning. I thought, wow, they look like deer in headlights. I remember Brady Moses I'm sure those kids have gone to games at the Kohl Center, but it's different when you sit on a chair and you know what's at stake.
Well, I'm in my 40s, and when I go there, it's different. So I can imagine what it is when you're a teenager, and I thought we were ready to play. I thought we did a lot of good things last year. The other team always has a lot to do with that, but clearly we didn't play our best. And I think we'll be more prepared and ready to handle the environment and things that go along. I mean, this is the best environment for a high school basketball game. This is fantastic.
They could build a few more seats and sell a few more tickets. One of the things that was really obvious the longer the game went on, and I gave the officials a lot of credit for giving, I guess, the kids the liberty to really talk to them. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I thought this is a good officiating crew. We've had them in the past, and it's a good group, and we knew they'd let both teams play a little bit, and they did that. I thought they were consistent. I don't know how Brad feels. Every coach has a different perspective, certainly, but they let them play, and it was physical and tough. Both teams competed very hard.
So, as for you, how do you rank all the accomplishments as a coach, or do you worry about that?
No, I just right now you worry about the next game. It's next. The old playground saying, if you're fortunate enough to win one and hold court, then who's next, and so we'll find that out here in a little while and get ready for who's next.
What does this mean to your community now?
Well, I think they're it was so special last year to kind of break through, and everybody, the community support is outstanding, and the parental support has been outstanding, and administration. It's a great community. It's a great school, and things like this can't happen if you don't have all the pieces all the pieces working for you.
Well, congratulations on a good one, and we'll talk to you on Friday morning.
Excellent, Bruce. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just a couple more questions, Mitch.
Yep.
You mentioned how it maybe turned 2 weeks ago. I thought it turned, almost possession by possession, because Dells kept striking, and you guys kept answering to keep that when it got that low, 6-8 point cushion. You guys didn't let them get it down to a one possession game.
Yeah, I think the analogy I'd make to that is they'd come down, hit a three, kind of a left hook to the jaw, and then we were able to kind of step back, jab them a little bit just to keep them away so they couldn't kind of close that gap. I thought that was crucial. We hit a couple big shots, a couple twos inside, and it's tough. I told the kids early in the year, we talk about all the time, we have got to protect the paint. I think games are won in the paint, and if a team's going to beat you shooting threes, you tip your hat. And they did the first game. They knocked down several, and they made a lot tonight. They're very good. But so we feel fortunate to survive.
A couple key possessions in the second half. Now Dickman comes down and hits a 4-point play, but right before that, Sefrud's kind of Jordan-like, off balance, falling to the ground layup, and he's running along this bench giving high fives. I thought that gave, and I think it gave you the biggest lead to that point. I thought it gave you guys a lot of energy.
Huge energy, and his emotion kind of showed today. He was focused in, he was zoned in. I said this last week or at some point, that Chris, since he was in the 7th grade when I moved in here, I felt like he's kind of the guy that has had the passion and the vision for what we want to accomplish. And he was our unanimous selection as captain this year. I mean, there wasn't a doubt on the teammates, and I think he's been the fuel and the passion, and has made some big plays. And he, what's fun about Chris is he's looked adversity right in the eye and said, just kept moving forward. With that knee injuries and the things that he's had to deal with. So for him to do that's what's fun.
There were about 3.5 minutes to go. You guys were up maybe 6 or 9, I can't remember exactly. And I heard someone shouting from the bench, I think it was you, every rebound is ours. And then on the very next sequence, Brady Moses gets a little short jumper in the lane on a third chance after 2 rebounds.
Rebounding was a key, and I thought we rebounded well, a couple nights ago against Marshall. And that carried over. We have we have a size advantage with the one guy with Hatch or Haig on the floor. We have a size advantage, and then I thought our guys really hustled for loose balls, and both teams really wanted it, and we were just feel very fortunate to get to enough of them.
Why was this one different than a month and a half ago or a month ago when they beat you guys 62-51?
I don't know. I in that last game it was a 2-point.
Doesn't get old on the good side.
I thought it was a 2-point game into the fourth quarter of the last game. I thought was a good game. They made plays we didn't handle very well that first time, but it was a better game than I think people think. And this time it was we were fortunate to get the upper hand. So basketball's crazy. You can it's a few breaks here and there. There's a fine line, and you got to fight for every inch. And our boys fought for every inch, and happy, like I said, happy to move on.
And then a last question. You kind of you touched on it talking to Bruce, but we chatted after the game last year, and you just kind of scratched your head. I thought we were ready. I thought, and then you guys, so then 9 months, 10, 11 months go by, and you have to stew on that. How hungry did that make you for this one?
Well, I think the kids turned the page. I mean, that hurt obviously last year but I think they did a good job of turning the page, and their focus moved on to the next year. I don't think they sat around and felt sorry for themselves and kind of looked forward. And so I think that attitude is important to be back in a situation like this. And so I give our kids credit for turning the page quickly, and they worked their tails off in the off season. They weren't complacent. They weren't just happy to be there, and so I think that bodes well for the upcoming week as well. We got unfinished business.
Anything else?
That will do.
Awesome. Congratulations. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Appreciate it.